Hi everyone and welcome to Sisters Keeper. I'm Aanu. I'm a health and fitness enthusiast. I'm also a life coach. On Sisters Keeper, we focus on how to invest in ourselves today for future rewards and how to live our very best life every day. We will talk about everything that defines us as girls and as women, basically our total well-being. Last week was our maiden broadcast and we talked about the thoughts that influenced the creation of Sisters Keeper and the benefits to all females aged 16 and older. Today, I will share one part of my strategy for keeping fit and healthy, all geared at longevity, God willing. I must say here that taking good care of your soul, mind, and body is the greatest gift we can ever give to ourselves. This is what got me started on my health and fitness journey over 30 years ago. So for the first part of my strategy, flashback to when I was about 18 years old. That was a fun time, but of course, I say this now with the benefit of hindsight. But the thing is, when I was 18, I didn't think I was having the time of my life. I wanted to be slimmer, wanted to be prettier. I couldn't wait to grow up. You know how you imagine your future self and what you would look like? Well, I had no idea at the time that adulthood would be so challenging. The Adulthood Anthem by Lade says it all. To all girls out there, you only have one body and you need to love your body with its imperfections. You are you. You are unique. We can't all look like the girls on Pinterest or the girls on the runway at fashion shows. It's all about your DNA. You either look like your mother or your father or some other relatives. Coincidentally, I was speaking to young ladies last week on this same topic and I said to them, ladies, there will always be someone who is prettier than you and who is enjoying pretty privileges. There will always be a girl who's taller, lighter, browner, slimmer, who has longer legs, who has smoother skin, longer hair, larger breasts, or a bigger butt. The list is endless. Always think about your areas of strength and count your blessings. You can't have it all. Nobody can. Just be you and love yourself. You're not defined only by your body. You're made up of your soul, your mind, your personality, your character, your strengths, and your intelligence. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Cosmetic surgery is definitely not the answer. Self-love and self-respect are what is most important. I did some research on plastic surgery, and would you believe what Healthline.com lists as 10 of the most common plastic surgery complications? Hematoma. A hematoma is a pocket of blood that resembles a large, painful bruise. Seroma. Seroma is a condition that occurs when serum or sterile body fluids pools beneath the surface of the skin, resulting in swelling and sometimes pain. Blood loss, infection, nerve damage, blood clots, organ damage, scarring. Come on, girls, is a Brazilian butt lift worth all of this? Just so you can feel good because your rear view is giving? You do know that some girls have lost their lives to complications from cosmetic surgery? Are you ready to give up your life for your butt? Besides, imagine not being able to sit down on your brand new butt for weeks. You'll be kneeling on chairs instead of sitting on them or what? You are enough. You are good enough. You are a work of art. You should listen carefully to the lyrics of Tatiana Mananoy's song, Like You. Take it from someone who's been there and done that. Your body will never ever be more beautiful than it is now. So please embrace it, love it, and try to preserve it and keep healthy. Don't forget that the medical experts say we need to keep our waist measurement below 31.5 inches for the rest of our lives to be at a low risk for diabetes, hypertension, and several other heart conditions which were featured last week. So back to my flashback. I noticed something over time without consciously observing it. You know how it is that you just come to some conclusions in your mind without actually taking time to think about it? When in the company of older women, aunts and cousins, they talk to each other about their lives, about stuff happening to them and their issues. And when you're young, you're sort of like invisible. So grown-ups just talk and you just look from one person to the other, listening and soaking it all in, your mind forming impressions. I noticed that women talked about their weight and about how from time to time they would go up a dress size, like from a UK size 12 to 14 to 16 to 18 and then on. And I found it surprising, really, that they talked about it with some kind of acceptance, as if it was a fact of life. You know the drill. First you're single, then you get married, then you have one child, then you have another child, you have children, then there's weight gain, and more weight gain. And before you know it, fast forward to 35 years and voila, you're a grandma. Well, one of those days, the thought just hit me. Why do we have to go up a dress size? I mean, where is it written? Is there some kind of rule book? Why don't we just try really hard not to go up a dress size? So I made up my mind then and there that I would never, ever buy a larger dress size. At that time, I was a UK size 12 and a US size 8, and this is the same size I wear now. Later on, I went on to drop to a UK size 10, which is a US size 6, and I basically have been oscillating between a UK size 10 and 12 and a US size 6 and 8 for about 3 decades. If I can do it, you can do it. We owe it to ourselves to live healthy lives. The thing to do, girls, is this. If you define your ideal size today, of course you put on weight from time to time. But then when you put on weight and your clothes become tight and you have nothing else to wear in a larger size, you will do anything to lose that weight. I mean, because if your whole wardrobe comprises of clothes in the same size and you gain weight, you have a lot at stake. Practically your entire wardrobe will be at stake. So what do? You could stick to store-bought clothes, which are made in standard sizes, so you can keep track and keep checking how your clothes fit. If you're wearing kaftans, boo-boos, wrappers, or the baggy look all the time, be careful and note your measurements. Because your tailor wants to sell market, they will just keep adjusting your new clothes to fit your new size or your new measurements, and this allows you to go about your life as usual, like nothing ever happened. Meanwhile, a lot is happening. Also, our African waist beads are a useful tool to monitor our weight while also serving as accessories. You can get waist beads in your preferred color and keep them on as long as they're still intact. If they begin to ride up your tummy or get tight, you know you have to work on losing weight. And if they begin to hang lower, especially in front, you know that you're losing weight even without needing to get on a scale. However, I want you to know that even though you could still be wearing the same clothes size years later, your body won't be the same as when you were 18 years old. The law of gravity is real, I assure you. And if you've ever been pregnant or you've born children, there will be priceless battle scars which will increase proportionately to the number of births that you have been through. Your body will mature, and then in comes middle age spread, the lower belly fat, the back fat, and then perimenopause, and then menopause. All of which are normal in the cycle of a woman's life. So get ready and make up your mind today to make choices that would help you invest in yourself now, and you will reap the rewards tomorrow. And that wraps up this session of Sisters Keeper. I would still love to hear back from you. Do you have your own strategy? Or is there a life hack you would like to share? Next week, I'll be sharing more on my strategy. Thank you for listening. Remember to be your sister's keeper. Please feel free to make a comment or contribution via my socials at sisterskeeper42. Email sisterskeeper42@gmail.com. Take good care of yourself, sis, and I look forward to talking to you next week.